That was wrong. Hold on, I gotta have the focus on the right thing. Nurse, switch to mobile. Okay, so here it is. I have switched the scene to my mobile scene. So this is what my mobile would look like, except, oh no! What happened? It disappeared. Okay, let me see if I can bring it back. I think it might be affected by when I change scenes. It might have dropped. Hopefully I can bring it back. Okay, give me a second here. I gotta reset the buffer. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so this is a video feed from the camera that's on the bike, and the way that mobile works is the camera on the bike sends a feed up to the cloud. It comes down through a pinhole in my firewall to an RTMP server. An RTMP server is just a real-time media protocol thing where it just kind of gathers the video and audio, makes sure that it stays in sync, kind of wraps it in a certain way, and then it sends it. Oh no! Oh look! Notice how the stalker takes the mobile video and it pushes it down in the corner. That's good. That's a new effect that I designed. I want to make sure that's working correctly. So by doing the stalker, and then you can actually see my reverse view there, you actually get to see what it looks like when the mobile stream gets pushed down into the corner. That was
at this moment that he knew he f***ed up.
That was not a screw up, man. That was not a screw up. Nothing went wrong. That was perfectly, in fact, the mobile stream handled it perfectly. So this is very interesting. Watch, let me show you the difference in the lag between what you see at the desktop versus the mobile. Watch this. I'm going to move my arms out to the side like this. Okay, and look, now I stopped. Now look at that. Like 5 seconds later, you're seeing the effect on the mobile. So see, that's the difference. See, this camera and this experience at the desktop is going straight to Twitch because the OBS runs here. But that camera on the bike that's filming into this office has to send it up into the RTMP server first. Then the RTMP server has to send it across to this OBS system here where I'm streaming, and then it kind of gets blended in with everything else. So that's why, if you guys have noticed it in the past when I've done mobile streams, we have quite a bit of lag, more on the mobile than you do on this desktop stream. They both have lag. I mean, you've seen it when we play like Words on Stream and stuff like that. You have like 25 seconds of lag, but then add another 10 seconds on top for the mobile since it's got to go through the RTMP server. All right, now that we have a mobile view up and on the canvas, let's see what happens when we try the spin effect now. But you have to pretend that my little webcam down here in the corner, this one, would not be here. Normally, only the rest of the view would be here, and I would be sitting on the bike. It would be confusing if there were two of me, right? So anyway, let's try that spinning effect again, kind of like what Dragon did a minute ago. Now, I have a special command for spin where I don't have to actually do the redemption. Here we go. Okay. Notice that there are two spin effects going on here. So what I decided to do is I couldn't find a good way to spin the whole mobile view because the spin effect works a lot better on a component that's inside a scene than it does on the whole scene itself. I'm sure there's some smart way to spin the whole scene itself, but I have not figured it out yet. But I do know how to spin a little object that's inside the scene. So for example, my webcam is a component inside my main desktop scene, and I spin myself. And the mobile view is when it's miniaturized, when it's shrunken down into that corner over there, it becomes a subcomponent of that other scene, and then I'm able to spin it. So let's just see that one more time so you can get the full effect. So it gets shrunk down into the corner, and then it does a 720 double barrel roll up to the corner, and then a 720 barrel roll back down. And then after it's back, then we grow it back to its full size so that you can see it as it would normally be. And by the way, you're also getting to see the effect of the lights behind me, which they react to the sound that I make, my voice. So that's why every once in a while you'll see those lights going off. We also have the effects where we can make the lights turn a specific color. And when that happens, you'll see two camera views from this desktop, from this stream, and you are also seeing the mobile view that's coming from the camera that's on the bike that's sitting right outside the office. So it's kind of interesting to see mobile integrated with desktop in this way because you're seeing two lagged copies that are out of sync with each other, but in the same view. So I thought you guys might find it interesting. Okay, so spinning is the second effect that we now have in mobile that used to only be in desktop. We have the emote storm, which I won't demo that because I think you guys have seen it before in mobile. It's already happened quite a few times in mobile. And we now have a third effect that is available. You just saw Amber Star walk by because I have that camera out in the hallway coming into the office now that we can monitor the traffic going by. So let's go ahead and look at the third. Be careful because there's a camera right there. There is now a third. There's Amber Star going, wait, what's going on? So anyway, yeah, this is a little different. I don't usually have an extra camera out in the hallway facing into the office like I do right now. But the third effect, the last effect, yeah, you want me to add that into the stalker? That's probably a good idea, Dragon. I'll have to consider how I could possibly add that into the stalker effect. I could probably have secret cameras placed throughout the house, right? But I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good idea. We'll have to go back to the design table for that and figure out what makes sense. But yeah, technically right now it's acting as a second stalker cam, but it is not the intention. The intention is to have a mobile cam view in the screen so that I can show you these new effects. So let's look at the last new effect that also works in mobile just like it does in desktop. Do you guys remember the blender effect? I demoed it to you like 2 or 3 weeks ago. The idea is you redeem the blender for like 200 or 250 or whatever it is, and it basically takes my webcam of me and it shakes me like I'm in a blender, and it plays this crazy sound effect that's actually a dog that's like fighting with his chew toy. You know, I was trying to find a sound that sounded like a blender, but everything I found just didn't sound right. And then all of a sudden I found the one of the dog with his chew toy, and I'm like, you know what? That kind of fits. It kind of fits. So, and it was just the right length. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Dragon, for redeeming. Yeah. So now, notice in addition to me shaking, the entire mobile scene is shaking. So, the next time I'm doing a mobile stream, like either on the bike or fishing or wherever, if you guys redeem the blender, you will see the whole view shake. Not just me. I won't be here because in mobile, this webcam is not here. But in the mobile stream, the whole image will shake, and you will hear that sound effect of the dog, you know, fighting with his little chew toy. So there we go. That's 3 effects that we now have in mobile that we did not have before. Slowly, I told you before, slowly we're going to add all those effects into mobile. It's tricky because